Hi again, YouTubers. This is another review. As you can see, I've looked the same in quite a few of them, so I'm just batting out a bunch of them tonight, so just FYI on that. This is a review on the Blackground Paint Pot. It was requested by, I think it's MAC Baby 11. Sorry if I got that wrong. I'll put it over to the side. Blackground Paint Pot are these right here. It is by MAC, and paint pots are actually used on your lid as a base before you put on eyeshadow. Now, Blackground is let me put some on right here. You can see this. It's a really, really beautiful color. What am I going to do here? All right, put a little bit on here. We'll just do this. Here we go. Blackcrowned is actually a really cool base. Lollipop26 did a great video on how to use the Blackground on your eyelid and then put a lighter color over top of it, such as All That Glitters. I'll use that as an example since that's what she had talked about and a lot of people have heard that. If you put Blackground on and then you put a color over it, you can see this is the Blackground. Blackground goes all the way up to here. Do you see where I put the All That Glitters on? It gives it a great undertone to it and makes it just really vibrant. It really shows you the actual tone of All That Glitters. Let me show you another one real quick, just to give you an example. Is Winter Sky from the Chill collection, and that's another one. And I'm going to just do a line of that, and that's a pink undertone. So just to show you what the difference is between the two colors, but how this works, and it just does it's a great way to do a really pretty smoky eye. So if you see, this is All That Glitters, this is what the Blackground looks like, and then this is putting Winter Sky over it right here, which is a beautiful frost pink color. So it's pretty cool how Blackground actually works. You can actually use it with a 217 and simply use it in your crease and then put colors such as All That Glitters, Winter Sky, you know, Yogurt, any of those over it up into the crease. So actually the lighter color will stay on your lid and then the crease will have really nice depth to it. So it's a pretty cool concept. Again, you can do the same thing with darker colors such as this is Artifact, which is a really pretty like deep red color. What's the other one that's like this? Is Constructionalist. I always say that wrong. I know I'm saying it wrong. Don't correct me. I know I said it wrong. It's a really pretty deep brown. That works really well too. It's just a really cool concept. So, and just to give you guys an idea, if you don't like the concept of these being in a jar, 217, by the way, is the best and easiest way to put this on. But some other options are, MAC has a thing called paints. If you see them like this, there are limited colors, but it's kind of cool. It's a thicker consistency. If you watch here, you'll see how that little bit came up. It's a much thicker consistency. This is the color, just to let you know. Hold on a sec. Still Life. It's right up there. It's just really neutral, but to see the shine to it. But the paints are another form of doing that if you don't like them being in a pot. The paints you can squeeze up out of the tube and use them in that way. Some other options are, MAC also has something called shade sticks. Now shade sticks, there are not many of them left out there anymore, and most stores don't carry these, but you can find them in CCOs and online. These are a stick, and actually, here you go. It actually just draws on. If you can see that line right there. This is in the color Penny. It's a copper kind of color. So you can draw with that on. But again, remember to warm that up a little bit in your hand before putting it on your eyelid and pulling with it. If you want a less expensive version, this is actually an NYX Jumbo Pencil. They're eyeshadow pencils, but they are great as bases. Use a very light hand with these, however, because they are pretty thick. This is in the color French Fries. Interesting name. But again, you see me drawing that on and how pigmented that is. So Blackground, again, in its own right, is this is a review of the Blackcrowned specifically because of what it's able to do with eyeshadows. However, if you don't want a black, you can always go with any of the other colors that I showed there. And another great idea is if you don't have the money, buy an NYX pencil in a darker color such as French Fry, and then do the same thing. It will work very similarly for you. So that is the Blackground Paint Pot. I will post the prices off to the side of all the products I talked about here. The paints, the shade sticks, and the paint pots I think are all the same cost, but I will double check that and put that on the sidebar. So I hope this review was helpful to you. I hope you are able to get some information out of this and hopefully use it. So if you have any questions about any of the things I talked about here, any of the products, how I use them, please put a comment below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day. Bye.